Hi, I'm Daphne from Daps Makeup, and today's video is going to be a little bit different than the previous videos I've done so far. Before, I have been giving reviews on the newest luxury makeup that has come into my collection, but this time I'm taking a blast from the past and doing a makeup look together with you, a little bit of a get ready with me, using an old eyeshadow palette, old makeup in general. And I'm revisiting one of my favorite Suqqu eyeshadow quads from last year's pre-summer collection, number 114. And what I'm most excited about is the fact that I'm doing this as a collab video with one of my dearest friends, Lock Maiden. She's a friend that I have made in this whole YouTube, Instagram beauty creator content world, and she is amazing. It's an honor that she would actually ask little of me to collab with her. Please follow her on YouTube. Please check out her Instagram. She makes the most beautiful eye looks. She should be a model. She's gorgeous. And more importantly, she is such a sweetheart. We have bonded on things that are outside of makeup, and I love her dearly. So thank you so much, Locke, for doing this collab with me. And so what you're about to see is me doing this makeup look with you together, so you can see how this eye look and all the other Suqqu products I use, because I use both Suqqu complexion products, cheek products, lip products. So watch with me. And all right, guys, let's get started on this eye look. My base makeup is already done and I am glowing because I got the Suqqu cream foundation in the deepest shade 160. All right, so before we get started with our star eyeshadow quad, to use in my transition, I'm going to pull out some other Suqqu eyeshadow quads. This one is actually the first Suqqu palette that I ever bought. This is number 06, and luckily this is one that is in their permanent collection. I'm just going to go into this brown shade just to set my eyeshadow primer. It's a very neutral tone that is very similar to my skin tone, so it's just great just to set things up. All right, next I'm going to go into this Suqqu palette. This is number 117. I believe this came out in the fall collection, and I believe this is limited edition. A lot of their palettes are limited edition, but I want to go into this palette just to bring some warmth to the eyes. So I like to build into my transition. I will use at least I will typically use 3 mattes before I even get to my lids. So I like to build things up. So this is now providing the warmth. That's beautiful. And then next, to provide some depth, I'm taking the brown shade. This is actually from the pre-summer collection from last year, number 113. Also believe limited edition. What's nice about this shade is that it has some plumminess to this. And as you can see, it is pigmented. So, you know, usually when we're talking about Suqqu, we're saying, oh, how it's so soft and, you know, it doesn't have much pigment. Well, as you can see, they do make some shades that actually do provide some pigmentation. So there you go. All right, so we have set the stage. Our transition colors are in. And now to the palette that we're all here for. So this is from last year's pre-summer collection. This is number 114. This is one of my most favorite palettes. It's gorgeous. It's such a unique color story, and it does give beautiful shine, color, and even some pigmentation. So we're going to first start with this Seafoam green shade, and I'm going to put that here. And how beautiful is this color? And it has a beautiful, nice sparkle. And so as you can see, you know, it's different from what we might be used to with our Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona palettes, but it's still so pretty. It's like ethereal, but you still get color, you still get shine, so you're not lacking. And you can go in with your finger if you want to amp up the pigmentation, so don't worry, you can build it up. So I'm going to do the other side, and then we'll keep on moving. Okay, next I'm flipping the brush, and we are going to go into this yellow shade. And by the way, I am using the Synergy Builder 3. It's actually my favorite brush to use to apply eyeshadows. And I'm going to put this here in the center just to add some dimension to this eyeshadow, just to have a little pop with that yellow right in the middle. And once again, like I said, you can use your finger if you want to amp things up a little bit more. But I think it just putting that on top of the green just adds some dimension in the center of the eye. Okay, next we're gonna go into this blue matte shade. And I love the shade because number one, blue is my favorite color. But as you'll see, it is pigmented, so you don't have to worry. It is actually pigmented. And what I love is that it actually not only provides depth, but it actually provides a smokiness to it. So as you can see, I've also dragged that into the crease. So I started on the outer V and then brought it in. And look at that, how that has transformed this look and provide more depth to look. So I'm going to do the other side and just blend things out, and then we'll work on the bottom lash line. Before we do the lower lash line, I do want to go into this pink shimmer shade and go in the inner corner. And look how that just provides some brightness in the inner corner. Like I said, we'll clean things up afterwards. But I just love that. I always like an inner corner highlight. All right, so we'll clean things up and we'll work on the lower lash line. All right, I am gonna incorporate a little bit of Chanel into this look. So this eyeliner pen is the Chanel Stylo Yeux Waterproof, and it is in the color Bleu Carbone. It is this beautiful blue color that I think actually perfectly matches the blue eyeshadow shade in the Suqqu. So I'm actually going to use this on the lower lash line, and as you can see, it really matches the blue eyeshadow perfectly. I am going to come in with the blue eyeshadow as well, but look how that just connects everything beautifully together. All right, we're coming back in with that blue eyeshadow, and we're gonna go underneath the lower lash line and extend that and connect it. Just, you know, I love a good smoky eye. I love to extend it down to my lower lash line. Now, I normally don't use the eyeshadows that come with, you know, eyeshadow quads, but believe it or not, I do actually like the Suqqu ones. I don't know if you can see this, but these brushes are actually really soft. So if you are in a pinch, you can use these. I'm not going to use this one, but I am going to use the sponge applicator one, this pointy one, just because it has this perfect shape, because I want to just add a little bit of the seafoam green. I'm going to just go in there and just sneak a little bit on the inner third, just to provide some brightness and connect it to what we did in the lower lash line. So this is one of the few times where I actually use a brush that actually comes with the eyeshadow palette, but I just think it applies it so well, and it has just the perfect shape to just get into this very tight corner. It actually makes me want to actually try a real true Suqqu brush, just because I even used the other brush with one of my other palettes and I actually really liked it. So I actually want to try their real eyeshadow brushes, I mean. All right, we are not done with this blue. I told you blue is my favorite color. So I'm using this angle brush, and I'm gonna see if I can do this on camera. I might have to do this off camera, but I'm actually gonna do a liner with this. So a lot of times I like to use liquid eyeliner, but I'm actually gonna use an eyeshadow in this case. So let's see if I can pull this off camera. If I jump cut to the finished look, you know that I couldn't do this on camera while talking to you guys. Just want to stick close to the lower lash line. Take your time, do it in little bits and parts. This is not something that you're expected to do all in one sweep. If you do little bit by bit and just follow the natural line of your eye, this way you provide a nice liner, but it's not as harsh as using a liquid eyeliner, and it perfectly matches the eyeshadow that we've used in the crease in the lower lash line so everything connects. All right, I'm gonna go finish and clean up. All right, I did my mascara off camera. I cheated again with Chanel just because this mascara, which is like my favorite, has a unique color. It's called Blue Night. And as you can see, it is a color that matches so well with the Suqqu blue eyeshadow that I think it was worthy to cheat from Suqqu with Chanel. But we are going back to Suqqu. I'm using the blush I think came with the pre-summer collection of last year, along with this eyeshadow quad, and it is in the blush shade number 130. I'm using my Sonia G soft cheek brush, my favorite blush. So this is a blush you can kind of mix and some people swirl together. Sometimes, depending on the shade, you might want to use this more as blush and that as highlighter. I'm sticking more in this section, but I'll add a little bit of the lighter shade. And so with Suqqu blushes, and it's probably going to be hard to see here because of the lighting, but it just provides this beautiful, soft shade, and it's almost like a built-in highlighter and blush. Anytime I'm concerned that I'm not getting enough pigmentation with a blush, I like to use my Wayne Goss number 13, which is a much denser brush, and that can always give more pigmentation. So there you can see it better. I want you to be able to see it on camera, especially with all this lighting. So it's soft, but it's still pigmented and it's beautiful. So I'm gonna do the other side and then we'll go on to highlighter. Now, honestly, I don't even need to add any more highlighter because that lighter side of that blush could have just been highlighted, but I'm extra. So I'm bringing out another Suqqu product, and this one is number 131. And so in this shade, which is a unique shade because of course purple, this I use as highlighter, not as blush. I try to definitely stay more on the purple side. You could take a little bit of the white. I wish there was more purple on this pan, not so dominated by the white side, but this works, as you can see, this works as a beautiful highlighter. So I'm just gonna be extra and add some of that, and I just think that is lovely. So I try to stick to this closer to the purple side with a little bit of the white. And I think that is a beautiful highlighter. So, you know, when it comes to Suqqu, you still get the glow, but it's it's an ethereal pigmentation and glow. So you're not getting wham bam that we're used to, but it still just gives this beautiful ethereal look. All right, I went off camera and added Pat McGrath bronzers in shades 7 and 8, Chantecaille medium deep finishing powder in the center of my face, Pat McGrath ground control lip liner. But now we're coming back with Suqqu. This lip product is called the Comfort Lip Fluid Glow, and this is in the shade 8. It's a nice neutral brown, and so I'm putting that in the center. And I just like it to meld in with my lip liner. I think it's just a beautiful nude to go with this smoky, bold eye look. So let's jump into different lighting and see the whole look all put together. And we're back. And so now you got to see how this Suqqu makeup look came together, and I am loving it. From the smokiness of the blue eyeshadow to the sparkle from the green, yellow, and pink shimmers. I think it is a gorgeous quad, this 114 quad from last year's pre-summer collection. If you're new to Suqqu, if you've never tried it, I would say try it. I know sometimes you get a little hesitant to try Suqqu just because Western and Eastern makeup styles, aesthetics are very different, especially if you are of a deeper skin tone. We get a little bit worried if things will show up on us. But as you can see, it actually does work on my complexion. I think starting with the pre-summer collection is the best way to tiptoe into Suqqu. Because there's usually a good matte in there that is pigmented that you can work with. So don't be afraid, try them out. Even their pure color blushes work on me. So give them a try. But I want to once again take this opportunity to thank Lock Maiden. Truly an honor to do a collab with you. So if you are coming from her channel, I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And for those of you who are followers of me and are not of hers, please do follow her both on YouTube and on Instagram. Like I said, you will not regret it. I did get the several items from the current pre-summer collection from Suqqu, so I might come out with a video with that. And I also have amassed a pretty good Suqqu collection at this point. Maybe, you know, I'll do some more videos, maybe show you my top 10 eyeshadow palettes, because I have about 10 eyeshadow palettes at this point. So more Suqqu videos, I'm sure, on the way, and you already know my love for Tom Ford, Chanel, Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona, and many more, Guerlain, you name it. I'll come out with more videos in the future. Maybe we'll do some more get ready with me style videos. We'll see. But I hope you found this video fun, entertaining, helpful, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.